Now, as we know, PlayStation will be doing a PlayStation 5 showcase that's going to be going live on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, or 3 p.m. Central Game Time, or 4 p.m. Eastern if you live in the future. It's supposed to be around 40 minutes and will feature updates on the latest titles from Worldwide Studios and world-class dev partners, which I would imagine we would see something in terms of like third party. We probably see some more Resident Evil 8. In terms of first party, we'll probably see some core game. I would imagine get some core gameplay and a release date for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Get some core gameplay for Demon Souls, possibly a release window or a release date as well, and maybe some maybe like a couple announcements we may already know that they're keeping in the tuck. Like it may be some games that they kind of been keeping away, kind of like okay, we want to save these announcements for this event, because I think it was like a while ago Imran Khan even said that he reported that they locked up like huge third-party exclusives that kind of would make people go, wow, they got that. So I wonder, will this be the event in question that he's been referencing? Like, will this be the event where they're going to showcase something that's third party, that's a big title, that's a big well-known name, that is a timed PS5 exclusive? That's going to be something that remains to be seen. Now, we know that Kenna got delayed. We know that Deathloop got delayed. Now, beyond that, there is still Gran Turismo 7, Spider-Man Miles Morales. There still is Ratchet and Clank, which I would imagine that Ratchet and Clank and Horizon 2 comes out next year, and possibly Gran Turismo as well sometime next year or a year after. I'm not sure, but it was rumored that Gran Turismo 7 would be a launch title, or would be one of the launch titles. But typically that's how usually Sony would start the gen. They would only have one launch title. But I think going into this gen, they didn't have any launch titles, and they didn't have their first launch exclusive till 2014 in Infamous Second Son. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Now, with this event in question, it has me a tad bit worried, just a smidget. Because when PlayStation announced on their Twitter of this event, saying PlayStation 5 Showcase broadcast live this Wednesday, it would kind of just say, okay, it's going to be PlayStation 5 Showcase, and off the rip, in a little teaser video that they made, which was 40 seconds and got around 3.5 million views already, it kind of would make me think like it would be implied that we're going to get everything. We're going to get the price. We're going to get pre-order information. We're going to get the release date, because they showed the console in the said video. Now, even Wario did say the showcase is 40 minutes, and like I said earlier, will offer like updates from first party studios and third party studios as well. So it has me thinking, okay, what if it's just about the games? And God forbid it's just about the games and that's it, because and they don't want to say that. If it is, they don't want to come out before the event and say, oh, it's just going to be about games and not hardware price, or like, then you're going to really start pissing people off. Like, you're going to be pissing people off, and I don't think they don't want to announce that. They don't want to publicly announce it because they're going to get publicly crucified, especially after your opposition pretty much dropped the load, dropped everything else hardcore Xbox fanboys need to know in order to get the Xbox Series X or S, whichever one that they prefer. Like, they already know everything. All they doing is waiting until September 22nd. That's all they doing right now. They got the date, they got the pre-order information, they got the release date, they got all that now. All that's coming. Now, granted, I'm not necessarily, I may be worried about nothing, because like I said, it is a PlayStation 5 showcase, and the first showcase that they did, called the Future of Gaming, it did kind of pretty much give us all these reveals of the games that we know now. It did indeed show them. Now, granted, it was only games, and granted, this was at a time before Microsoft showed their hand. This was at a time before Microsoft's own event that came in the following month, which was trash, and pretty much culminated in me not wanting to buy an Xbox Series X or S. Really inspired me to want to build a PC. But it got me thinking, right? what if it's just about games and they still don't drop the price and they still don't give us all the information we need to know? It's gonna be a motherfucking issue, and that's something they don't want to do. Like, what the fuck you be doing at that point? Like, would you just be wanting to be sitting on the price as long as you can just because? Like, and while your opposition would continuously eat up mind share. They ate up mind share on the 25th anniversary of PlayStation, of the PS1. So my whole issue is, you need to drop the price. You need to drop everything people need to know, because if you don't, it's going to be a big issue with a lot of people. And I'm not saying that they won't. I mean, for fuck's sake, the damn event is called PlayStation 5 Showcase. So like I said earlier, it's implied that we're going to get everything we know. I just, like, listen, it just seems, and the reason why I say this is, every single time we get so close to getting everything we need to know about the PS5, every single time we've gotten so close into getting PS5 pre-order information, a PS5 release date, and a PS5 price, it gets yanked away from us at the very last second. At the last second, it gets snagged away. Like, oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that. It's basically the same thing. And people are getting annoyed by it because people called out PlayStation. Like, hey, yo, y'all ain't do nothing when Microsoft pretty much ate up all that mind share last week, or towards the end of last week, which I think the day that Microsoft went ahead and did a full-blown reveal and info blowout on the Xbox Series X and S, that's when they should have announced this event, just to be petty, because I love it when PlayStation is petty, aka the petty station. I love it when the petty station is actually petty. Now, they can still be petty at this event, and whenever they do end up showcasing the price and pre-order information, let's say they release the consoles a day or two before the Series X and S, and let's say, and now I know this sounds crazy, I know this would sound crazy, something that they would never do, but what if, just to be petty, just to be aggressive, because they look at Microsoft like, okay, y'all want to be aggressive with that $300 digital console, all right, $200 for the PS5 all digital, how about that? And let's say for the base PS5 it's $399, and you can pre-order, and you can go ahead and pre-order the consoles from any of your local retailers now, today, type shit. And keep in mind, when this event goes, it'll be on the 16th. That'll be just mere days before Microsoft go ahead and green lights Xbox Series X and S pre-orders. So they would have to jump on Microsoft, and that would be so petty of PlayStation to do it. And I want them to do it so bad, just so I could have a perfect smile on my face, just so I can see Xbox fanboys cry into their pillows. But yeah, like I said, I'm just probably talking out my ass right now. Probably nothing to be worried about. But like I said, hey, we need that price. We need everything we need to know, because if we don't get it, boy, people gonna be on y'all ass.